Hi YouTube, it's Jen. Today's video is a tutorial on how to treat someone when they're having a seizure because, as I've said before, 1 out of 10 people will experience at least one seizure in their lifetime. So very crucial information is to know what to do when someone you see is having a seizure. Alright, so this is my room. I've actually had my first seizure here in December 2009, I believe. It's a mess, I know, but just like when I have a seizure, I'm not going to be able to control. So the things that you're going to want to do is to get anything away from the person's head. Anything like clothes, you're going to want to make sure they're not by the head or nothing wrapped tight around their neck. If they're on the ground, you're going to want to make sure something like this desk would be a hazard that they could hit their head on. You're going to want to make sure that you move anything like my shoes or the bags away if someone was having a seizure. That way they would choke on it or hit their heads or harm themselves on it. Alright, and as you see, I have the stand-up shower thing with epilepsy is that you don't want to have a bathtub because if you do have a seizure in the shower, there's the edges of the bathtub. The first thing if someone's having a seizure and they're in the shower is to turn off the hot water, get them out of there, because even with mine, along the edging, you can still get cut up on that. We've actually had that happen, and not to myself, but to my brother. And then to just get them on the ground, make sure the head is away from the edge of the toilet bowl, because the major thing is to make sure their head doesn't get hit. And then another bathroom hazard is open drawers or anything of that sort. You don't want to leave open. That way someone can hit their head on. The main things that you're going to want to do is to time the seizure, which most people forget because everything's so crazy because someone's having a seizure. You're going to want to estimate about how long it is. And if the person has a history, like me, my friends know that I have epilepsy, and that to not call 911 unless it's more than 5 minutes or that I hit my head on something where advanced care would be needed. There's a myth out there to hold someone down when they're having a seizure, which is completely false, because when someone's having a seizure, their strength actually increases because of the adrenaline and the lactic acid through their body. Just controlling their muscles. They have no control over it, so holding them down could be harmful to themselves and to you. There's been reports of broken bones that way, bruising, anything like that. Anything in someone who's having a seizure's mouth. No spoons, nothing, just no medication, no water, until they're out of the seizure. It's often thought that they can swallow their tongue, but that's not possible, to swallow your tongue and die. I've actually bit my tongue and split it during a seizure, but I've never swallowed my tongue because it's just not the way that the body works. So you introducing an object into their mouth when they're seizing would cause them to choke. So it's just doing more harm than good. Just to have the right intentions is the good idea, but this kind of information has to be out there so people don't accidentally get choked or break bones when they're having seizures, because seizures are bad enough. The main thing, be calm, because you have to do what you have to do to help that person because they're not able to help themselves. I found my brother having his first seizure. He was 3 years old. He's 3 years older than me. And I had to help him. I had to be the one, and I never saw any seizures before that. But I just reacted. I called 911, and if it comes down to it, just call 911. They'll help reiterate these facts to you. That way it is a safe seizure, because most of the myths about it are actually harmful. To put something in their mouth, to hold them down, that'll make it worse.